The 2K Sports pregame show.
With the diesel and the jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Pistons in Detroit. Looking at the Pistons, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And Klay Thompson, the son of former first overall pick Michael Thompson, I mean, when he gets hot, he can take over games.
And you know what? This guy, didn't he have 37 in one quarter last year? How incredible was that to get 37 in a quarter?
Not only that, Kenny also had 26 in a quarter later on.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he can shoot over anyone with his height, and he has a quick release. You know, he probably has the prettiest shot in the game.
I would agree with that.
37 and a quarter.
Right.
And your career high was?
41.
41 is your career high. 37 and a quarter. Does that impress Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah.
What's your high in a quarter?
I don't know. I didn't get the ball that much.
Oh,
you know who I played with.
You had 50. You had 60 in a game. Oh, my God.
I heard you, Shaq. I heard you.
I could be subliminal.
Let's get it to Kevin Harlan right now.
Because the guy didn't get it to him.
Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. The Detroit Pistons preparing to defend home court in this Eastern Conference battle. And it's the Pistons to start out. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Magic Johnson is out there with Thompson. And it's Durant. Then there's Yao. And it's McHale in at the 4. Now here's Curry. Kicks to Olajuwon. Can't get it to go. Nice D from McHale. Shot from 16. Durant, no good.
And guys, it's easy to forget sometimes just how young Kevin Durant still is. I mean, last season, he became the second youngest player to get to 15,000 points.
Detroit on D. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. One of the most dominant players in 2014 was Kevin Durant, of course, winning the league MVP. Then last year, cut short. We know that he's now on a mission to get back to that level. And Greg, it's hard.
Yeah, you know, it all came down to health for Kevin Durant. And at this point in his career, I mean, he's got the maturity. He's developed the skill set. He's just got to stay on the court. And really, when you talk about the game of basketball, the rest will take care of itself.
The first one falls.
You know, talking about Durant as he looks to recapture the league MVP, he can take a cue from last year's MVP, Stephen Curry. Curry battled through numerous ankle injuries over the years earlier on, only to come out on the other side with his best season ever in 2K15.
And so Durant nails them both.
And getting back to Durant, sometimes adversity brings out the best in you. Adversity challenges you to rise above. And Kevin was already at the highest rung on the ladder. I think his opponents should be very afraid of what they're about to witness this season. How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
One shot. One shot.
And that one falls for Olajuwon. On defense, Detroit. Johnson with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Johnson dishes to Thompson. Johnson kicks to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. They get it back. And it's Yao missing. The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Now we'll go to DB, who had a chance to talk with head coach Brad Stevens. Doris?
He knows that the challenge for his team in this game will be to slow down Blake Griffin, who he described as instant momentum. With Griffin being such a handful physically, they plan to limit his ability to get any space around the basket and hopefully cut down those powerful drives toward the rim.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
Well, you see Blake Griffin, and he is known for his huge dunks and ability to score, but he is a very well-rounded power forward. He's one of the best power forward passers in the league.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Yao's shot is good.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
Griffin a screen on Thompson. McGrady kicks to Griffin. Picked by Griffin. Bird. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Bird's got his first bucket in this one. Curry against Johnson. Durant wide open. He fires. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Curry passes to McGrady. Back to Curry. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Curry's got 5.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA, none brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Robinson's checked in for Olajuwon. Pierce comes in for Blake Griffin. And Isaiah Thomas is subbed in for Tracy McGrady. Now, here's Green. Thomas kicks to Johnson. Fader on the way. Detroit with the rebound. What I like, though, about Stephen Curry also is his demeanor, Clark. He cheers on his teammates, keeps his head up through adversity. He does it all.
Yeah, he's pretty much unflappable. He's level-headed, and he puts his teammates first. That's what makes him a championship-caliber superstar.
Now, here's Curry after Magic Johnson's miss. 2 on the clock. Here's Bird. And it takes a hard bounce.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
And it's blocked by Curry. They recover it. Here's Favors. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Detroit shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Stephen Curry hits them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And here is Thomas. Here's the 3. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Pistons lead by 6. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills. And Celtics head coach Brad Stevens lured away from a very successful tenure with the Butler Bulldogs. He talked about the challenge of making that decision.
The only hard part of that decision is leaving a place that you really loved for 13 years. I couldn't have left without knowing that it was a place that we were going to stay together and really commit to a process together. And I was sold on that, and I continue to be sold on it.
I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks boxed in his stockpile.
Well, I don't know how he would address that question, but I do know he's feeling real good about his decision. I mean, taking the Celtics to the playoffs in just his second season, I mean, I think he's one of the bright coaching stars in the NBA today. It was the NBA's gain and college basketball's loss when he moved on to the Celtics.
Well said. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
I tell you what, defensively, they have been in tune with one another, as intense as I've seen.
Yeah, nice job helping out on the rotations and drives, doing really good work at the defensive end.
We've got Pierce. Thomas is out there with Tracy McGrady. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Robinson in at the center position. That's the group for Detroit right now. For the Pistons, Olajuwon comes in for Robinson. And Blake Griffin subbed in for Kevin Love. Olajuwon kicks to Pierce. Here's McGrady. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. McGrady's got the lead up to 6 now for Detroit.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Thomas a screen. Durant kicks to Thompson. Off target with his 3.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Now here's Pierce. He feeds it to Griffin. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
Bird, he's checked in for Detroit. And the Celtics also making a change. McHale's checked in. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Freed up. Nice work off the pick. Bird's got 5 now.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Thompson. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. There's a screen by McHale. Thomas kicks to Thompson. Again, the miss by Thompson.
And the Warriors put the ball in Thompson's hands a lot more last season. He ran the pick and roll and attacked the rim, taking more advantage of his size and ball handling ability at that off-guard position.
Yao, he's checked in for Jordan. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
A shot by McGrady, no good. Celtics trail by 11. Outside Durant. A floater. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. 6 points for Kevin Durant.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop. And with the Celtics being a surprise threat near the end of last season, even their losses were close games.
To back up your point about the Celtics being in close games, I mean, their point differential on the year was less than where you would expect it to be for a team that made the playoffs. I mean, it really gives you an idea of how many close games they played.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey guys, well, Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. He preached patient offense and encouraged his guys to use the shot clock. He wants his guys to be deliberate. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Now, here is McGrady. Outside Griffin. Outside Curry. Griffin sets the screen for Curry. Back to Griffin. Rebound by Yao.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Passes it to Thompson. There's the pick. Marion outside. The pass to Yao. Just 5 to shoot. Johnson, that's for 2. Olajuwon grabs the miss. Pistons leading by 9. Outside Curry. 35 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Yao with the block. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. A different look here for Detroit. Robinson's checked in for Olajuwon. Love comes in for Blake Griffin. And Paul Pierce is subbed in for Bird. And then for Boston, Favors comes in for Yao. And it's Draymond Green in for Kevin McHale. 32 seconds left now here in the second. Feeds it to Curry. 4 on the clock. Puts one up from 19. A rebound by the Celtics.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Thompson against McGrady. Thompson with it. Back to Favors. Pass to Marion. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And that does it for the first half of play. Pistons ahead, leading by 9. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, I'm here with Steph Curry. And Steph, much of the stresses of the coach was talking about taking care of the basketball. What kind of work has this team put in, making sure everyone is doing their best to limit those turnovers?
I mean, you look at film, but it's just about the in-game situations, just analyzing the situation and take care of the ball. Making sure that you make eye contact with the passes, and sometimes getting a shot up is better than giving it to them. So we got to just look at that and figure it out.
This team made savvy decisions all night, Steph. Thanks for the time. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Detroit finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They have a 9-point lead. All right, Big Diesel, your take.
We've seen them play better, but they're still in control. Their talent level is much higher. They were able to kind of coast through the first half. But if these guys crank up the intensity, this league could double, triple, quadruple. I don't know what comes out the quadruple. But still 2 quarters to play, though.
Kenny, how'd you think the Celtics were playing?
Poor efficiency on offense. That's what jumps out at me. You aren't going to win many games shooting under 35%. bad shot selection, too much one-on-one play, not finishing with authority. Now, these are correctable errors. They could choose to come out in the second half and completely flip that script.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
Just a quality performance, and you know, we do expect to see that from him, and he's always setting the bar high for himself, and sometimes I think we just kind of get numb to how good this guy really is.
And Greg, you know how it was as the marked man when you were playing on great teams in your past. It's hard to perform when everybody's locked in on you. To be able to play like he has when you have a reputation of being the guy, that's impressive.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Celtics, Durant is out there with McHale. Then there's Yao. Then it's Johnson. And it's Thompson in at the two-guard spot.
2 shots.
The first one falls.
And guys, we've seen teams hire college coaches with no NBA experience before. It hasn't always worked out, but for Boston, they have to be very pleased with Brad Stevens.
Both shots good from the stripe. And Brad Stevens now in his third year coaching the Celtics. Greg, I know you admire him from afar. Good fit for the franchise. Good fit, Clark, for a young team.
Agree with you completely on all of that. He stresses team unity and selflessness and sets the example and tone with his demeanor.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Johnson dishes to McHale. Down low. Johnson, the pass to Yao. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Yao's got 4 points now in the quarter. Pistons leading by 7. Curry kicks to McGrady. Griffin a screen on Johnson. McGrady dishes to Griffin. That's good. Great play set up by T-Mac, Tracy McGrady. McGrady's got his 4th assist in this one.
Yeah, the Pistons ended last season with a record of 32-50. They played decently enough against the rest of the East and had 23 of their 32 wins against the Eastern Conference.
And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. There's the feed to Yao. Soft touch off the glass. Yao's got 8 points. And Detroit last season against the East played well for stretches. They couldn't find that consistency to climb the ladder in the East.
And they had a lot of changes going on. Tons of transition for this group. But let's face it, they did play well down the stretch. A lot of wins against playoff teams from the East. And went 500 against Eastern playoff teams in their final 10 matchups.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Now here's Durant. He has 6. To the middle. Tries from 10. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And that's now 10 points for Yao.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Tumbo, he's checked in for Detroit. Thomas comes in for McGrady. Isaiah Thomas, he's checked in for the Celtics. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Thomas against Curry. Now here's Mutombo. D right on him. Here's Griffin. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you see the way Blake Griffin plays. He is a force. Very hard to contain him when he gets in close just due to his strength and activity.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. For Griffin and his ability to create contact close, he's been called a bull in a china shop, something that I think Clarkie embraces.
Yeah, I think he'd rather be the bull than the china in that situation because of his strength and physicality. And I think that's the right mentality to have as a power forward.
Green, he's checked in for Boston. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Just a bit of an up and down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks for first-year head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant lows.
And that one's good.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Now, here's Thomas. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Jacks up a 3. That is good.
And, you know, those giant lulls were a big part of the Pistons season. I mean, their biggest losing streak was 13 straight losses, and a lot of that you attribute to their defense.
Now, here's Curry. He's got 9. No luck. Great D that time from Thomas.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
Dishes it to Curry. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Outside Thomas. Johnson with the block. Clock is at 3. On its way from Curry for 2. Another miss by Curry. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Johnson's got the ball. Now Durant. He has 6. The 3 ball. Offline. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Pistons lead by 6. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Pistons leading by 6. They've got Elijah. Pierce is out there with Robinson. Then it's Tracy McGrady, and it's Curry in at the point guard position. That's the group for Detroit right now. The offensive rebound, Robinson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Pistons.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Well, they've also really been down in with their jump shot. I mean, they have not missed much from mid-range today.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Robinson. It was a tough battle down the stretch, but the Celtics were able to get back into the playoffs last year.
And kind of just hovering around all season, but give them credit. They fought their way in and spent only 1 year out of the postseason in their rebuild.
You know, for the Celtics, the actual playoff series didn't go well. They got swept by the Cavaliers, but most people will remember the injuries from the series more than the play, and the Celtics have a bright future, no doubt.
Now here's Johnson. Favors with the screen. The dish now to Thompson. And the shot falls short this time. Detroit leading by 8. And Curry, here we go. Shot is off. Now Boston takes it the other way.
Well, listen, it was a forgettable series for Celtics fans. However, the Celtics' young core were able to experience postseason basketball. That's something that you can really never replicate. I'm sure they'll be hungry for more of it, and credit Brad Stevens on a terrific job.
Well, after a whole half of shooting, they've bounced back here in the second half and picked up their shooting percentage quite nicely. He wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, you want to make sure you don't get teed up from a situation like that.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. Over that break, I was able to catch the message Brad Stevens was giving to his team. He told them it's time to fight and take the lead. Let's put ourselves in position to bring it home. Guys, we'll see if they've got what it takes to get it done.
To the paint. Thompson against McGrady. Lets the three fly. They grab their own miss. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Johnson.
Well, you've got to like the focus that they're showing here in the second half. I see a lot more effort as well. I mean, it's amazing when you lock in mentally and bring some energy and intensity, things can pick up in a positive way for you.
Now here's Pierce. Back to Elijah. No luck. Nice D from McHale. Celtics trail by 6. Johnson outside. Pass to Thompson. Favors sets the pick for Thompson. Pulls up on the wing. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Griffin's checked in for Detroit. Yao, he's checked in for the Celtics. Durant comes in for Sean Marion. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter. Johnson against Curry. He dishes it to McGrady. Out outside Pierce. He kicks to Olajuwon. 6 to shoot.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Larry Bird's checked in for Pierce. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Durant, the pass to Yao. A basket good off the assist from Durant. That's 12 points for Yao.
Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. That's good.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
.19 left in the game. There's a screen by McHale. Off the screen. Yao dishes to Durant. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Johnson kicks to Durant. Back to Johnson. Rebound by the Pistons. Here's Curry. Right side, Griffin. Count it, and the foul. McHale. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
This is where their depth becomes such an asset, Kevin. He's gone for the remainder of the game, but fortunately, they're able to field a very capable replacement.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Tumbo is checked in for Olajuwon. Love comes in for Bird. Ano Ginobili's checked in for McGrady. And Thomas subbed in for Curry. That's good from Blake Griffin.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
Here's Havlicek. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth. And here are the Pistons. They have a 9-point lead. And it's Love missing.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Elbow shot. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
And here is Thomas. And so the Pistons take the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But Clark, in the end, everyone satisfied.
Yeah, you know, it looked like for a moment there the outcome was in doubt. But give them a lot of credit for hanging tough, persevering, and finishing strong.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. So long.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. They get jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
I will say this about Steph Curry. There is no player in the league more capable of single-handedly taking over a ball game than he is. What I mean is, Steph Curry's hot is hotter than anyone else is hot. He can beat you with his feet, his mind, his shot. The only thing you can be sure of is that he will beat you.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.